that. All right. So to begin with, first of all, let me thank you all, at least for those who have shown up on time. More specifically, I know sometimes maybe you may be in some other activities that you're doing. As Mark has put forward, my name is Julius Kemei, and it's quite interesting that I got an opportunity to come to the US as an international student, and definitely I see myself the need of doing my best in terms of creating kind of awareness and also the great impact that is needed when it comes to make changes and even to help people in making decisions in the world of many information that is there out there. So when we were sitting down and with my friend Mark, and we were thinking like, now we are in a different world now compared to the year 2000 there or 2010. A lot has changed, and we need to embrace the change. Sometimes changes comes, and if you're not ready for it, definitely it will sweep you out. So if you are there, ready for the changes, and also you're positioning yourself, definitely you are giving yourself an opportunity to leverage on what you call the bigger world of information and technology. So when I was sitting down, we were thinking of like looking at it in the current generation, whereby we do have, yes, so many of the people that are interested in the sector of immigration. It might not be even here in the US, or it may not be the country that you think of. Some people may be moving to another country, let's say Germany, or you're moving from one East African country, maybe from Kenya to Rwanda. All those now still you will need more information to understand of what to navigate through. And because of that, it creates a chance of you to think like, now, what should I do as a person in terms of getting ready for this? And the need comes now for you to explore the avenue as to how people sometimes move. And that way now it comes to people prefer going to online, searching for Google engine and do a lot of research. But at the end of the day, you find like there is what you call personalization of information that comes in when it comes to the, yeah, thank you. So there is need of personalization of information that you need to do and make more research for yourself. And that's why we come across and feel like, now, what do you want to know? What do you really need as a person or as an individual who have your dream that you really want to do some accomplishment for your future? And that is where now I would love, like, let's go back a little bit on thinking of how people are interested to move out. They may move or migrate out of different reasons. We may have a reason like a job. We may have a reason also like a study. And for today, we will even more focus on the study and more specifically to the people who need the opportunity, especially back in our home countries, and you're interested to move out to another country. So what do you need in terms of that? You need to gather information. What do you want to do? You establish yourself, because you prepare yourself and you know that in my situation of how I am, my position or my area that gives me an opportunity to move out, it can be education. So if it's education, then you position yourself. What do you need for that education that can give you an opportunity to move out? So you go ahead and do a research. I will speak on specific when it comes to like if you want to move to the US, that create unnecessary you need to understand that what do you need a step by step for you to acquire an admission to the US. And once you get the admission to the US, what do you need next? What do you need to the next level? So when you are trying to explore this opportunity, there might be a lot of information that are out there. But I always say that as an individual, as a person, when you are interested to move, still focus on yourself, building up, getting ready. When you're ready, you will find yourself, you're getting tools and people connected to people that are there for you to position or for you to accelerate yourself to a different level. So in this case, when it comes to studying abroad and accessing of information specifically to the US, you need to get admitted to a university, either here or either other country. So once you get an admission to a university, that way it will give you necessary documents that guarantees you to go ahead and book for the embassy. And how are you going to get this university? Yes, you need to do a research. You need to connect either to somebody who is here, or you need to reach out to the university themselves and those departments that are with international, they're dealing with international students. So once you create that desire, you create that move for you to get a chance, then these universities will be ready there to answer your question, to support you and get the document ready. And there are so many goes on when it comes to admission. There are a lot of requirements, yes, of course, but with help of now the increase of the use of AI, you may find yourself, you navigate these channels in easy way, because you'll be able to filter out most of the information that you need and go ahead and now focus on what is necessary and leave what is not necessary. So once you get the admission here in the US, the next level comes always is for you to getting ready for you to get to be interviewed for the visa, for you to get ahead and being interviewed for you to be given the visa to travel in the US and study here. So what do you need from that level as well? So there is a lot of, you need to get a lot of preparedness, because it's also another process. At the same time also, this is an opportunity comes with merit. So because it's a merit based, then also you might find yourself being evaluated in that level so that you can be able to qualify and get the opportunity and get here. So generally also, once you go over and you overcome the challenges that are there for you to get the visa, and you get the visa yourself, there are a lot of information that we may be sharing another day. You will qualify to come to the US. Once you come here, also there's some other opportunity that comes with you as an international, either student or other, but specifically for international, for a student here, we will come and see some of the opportunity, and you may face some of the challenges that are there. Of course, they might be different from one person to a, but excuse me, but the differences can be eliminated once you as a person, you get connected, or you get use of this artificial intelligence for you to get the chance, put yourself in a position that is going to align you to a good opportunity, or to connect you to the community that is needed for you, or that is so much aligned with you. That one will alleviate what you call the challenge of the culture shock, and also the challenge of you navigating into getting an opportunity of you to study here. And sometimes also with you being proactive and searching this kind of good information and opportunity, you will end up get linked or get to understand how you can get scholarships and grants. And we may have some specific question, possibly maybe Mark will ask later, but the scholarship and grants are always there, but it's good and necessary for somebody to even to start a little bit earlier, because that one, when you're connecting to a school, at the same time you get an opportunity, it indicates to them that indeed this person is worth for the opportunity for a grant or for a scholarship out of it. Additionally with that, when you're coming here, or when you are interested to come to the US, as I said earlier, you need to position yourself on your career path, that you may have some skills that allow you to study. But what is trending? What is making you a valuable person in terms of you advancing your career, at the same time also being viewed as a person that you are positioning yourself for the opportunity. So that creates a necessity for you to making sure that as you think of all this journey, all this opportunity, starting early is necessary and is not inevitable if you really want to making a bigger change. So you may think it today, but still once you build it up and you gather more information, then you leverage yourself. And this is what I wanted to say as well. Like when it comes to artificial intelligence, this is something, it's not eliminating the need of you interacting to people. Yes, of course, we use the artificial intelligence and we are becoming even more innovative and coming up with the necessary need for us to making sure that you can get need easily. But still, as a person, when you're developing the soft skill and the need, then you create yourself the opportunity of you even like once you get the information with the artificial intelligence, you leverage with that to increase yourself in terms of the polishing your quality as a person. At the same time, also preparation, even on the transition that it's necessary for you to move to the next level of your either your study or either your life or either your opportunity or change of status, if at all possibly you are here. All those comes with the need and the opportunity that arises when you position yourself. So I will desire to welcome Mark if you may have some specific question that you may think that the people in the call can have as a question, and we at least majorly on that and see what can really need to be done, and it can help for the people when they are making this bigger decision of their dreams. Do you have a question, Mark, for me specifically so that we can try to explain to our listener?
Yeah, thank you so much, Julius. I think at this point, I would want to see if we have, I was looking at in the chat to see if somebody has a question. So because, we're here for them, we want to hear if somebody has a question that they feel from what you've said or what you have said or what has not been said, but they feel need to be asked. Go ahead. If anyone has a question, please just raise up your hand or just type in the chat and then you can be able to answer the question. Meanwhile, I think we need to explain to them, we talk about AI, which is artificial intelligence. Like, not everyone understands. So somebody want to ask, how will AI support my journey into coming to study, for example, in US? And this is something that we need to, and I'll be able to explain a platform called Navismart AI. Navismart AI, yeah, that will be able to support in that. So, but I think people just need to understand that technology is very important. It's different. So when like I grew up in Kenya, lived in Kenya. So studying in Kenya was simple. You would go to an office, fill a form, get admitted. Here I'm looking at the distance, US and Kenya. So if somebody's in Kenya, want to study here, somebody's in Tanzania. So Julius Sangi is in Tanzania. So if you were looking for a school, where do you even start from? How do you even get a school? How do you know that this is the best, how do you identify the program? How do you identify which type of fee that is required? What are the fee that you need to pay, tuition plus any other other tuition? How do I get accommodation? So those are the information that sometimes becomes very tricky. So like if you do it, Julius, probably explain to people what you've seen. I know you've built with a lot of students coming here. Where do people start from? How can AI support in them doing that?
Thank you, Mark. So to start in is that yes, indeed, there are a lot of what it takes for you to come to the US as a student, and we are trying to integrate the AI in personalizing of most of the information that you may need to get from the website in terms of you not going out there, search for more information that you may not need. So to be more specific, let's say take, for instance, you're interested to come as an international student. We have you can ask that in the Google, but when it comes to AI, you use the tools for you to ask the specific questions that give you more details of information that you need and the point blank and reference for you to make a follow-up, and out of that will give you an informed decision on what you need. So sometimes, let's take for instance, and this is general to everyone. You maybe need to come to maybe to the US or to another country just because of possibly maybe your friend moved there and you feel like you really want to go there because of that friend. But now the AI comes in to help you filter out and know that what do you need as a person? What do you need? And just in a nutshell, because I had a chance for me myself to work with the university on the international department on recruitment process. You need, in the first stage of your trying to come to the US, first of all, you need to make an application to a university that you're interested. You research for a university and then you submit an online application. Once this application goes, most of the time you don't need just to make an application. Let's say, for instance, your level of your studies diploma, or you got a certain GPA grade, and you are trying to apply. So sometimes it's necessary for you to filter out that what some of the universities that have high acceptance rate. And this is where now the artificial intelligence comes in and help you. Like some of the universities that have an acceptance rate within, let's say in the US, if not the US entirely, you can say in the Midwest America. And then when you have the specific universities that have acceptance rate, you also go ahead and look into deeper, like which are the universities that have also what you call scholarship opportunity, or if not scholarship opportunity, which are these university that can accept your level of study or can accept your qualification merit. Because it can be of no help you to put an application to Harvard where you need a lot of qualification for you to pass and being admitted, compared to another university. It may save you a lot from you applying there. You'll apply to not even just a small university, a good university, but with the use of AI, you'll be able to save yourself of not like go to what is out there. Because if you Google, let's say, top 10 universities in the US, you just get the big one. But are you qualifying as a person? So you need to filter out all that. And because you have the chance to filter out with the use of AI, then you know the specific need. So once you put up your application, there are some specific qualification that you need. There's some, let's say, for instance, there is what you call, do you have the English proficient? Have you done? Some of the university, the use of AI will help you to tell you that this university needs you to have what you call English proficient for you to go ahead and make an application. And also some of the university may have what you call evaluation, such a way that you send your transcript or your credential to the evaluation company that evaluates your document, and then they submit the evaluated document to the university. Some of the university, they don't need. So when you use AI, it will be able to filter out and help you to go to the specific university that will even fast track your process. It will help you on that. So additionally, on the step-by-step, the AI also here comes in terms of, let's say, for instance, you are not a student and you are in this call, you are a student already here in the US, and you are interested to transition from being a student. You want what you call the optional practical training opportunity. So when you are trying to search there, the tools may be there, large model language may be there to help you to make decision. But with what we are as well developing, it's really, we are trying to see how we can specifically narrow down. And when you are searching with artificial intelligence, it will be able to filter out and give you the companies that hire students who are on optional practice training. And there are some of also, you may be on the position of like you want to transition from this kind of visa to another visa. So with artificial intelligence also, it will help you to filter out and give you pure documentation or tells you what kind of document that you need for you to start the process. Once you have that, you will be able to save yourself on much of your time and also much of you getting out there and get more information that is not necessary. So I think in a bigger picture, the artificial intelligence is really trying to resolve the issue of us not be out there of being bumped with more information. And now with what you are trying as well, even to build what you call the AI that Mark is going to explain to you more, we are trying to have it like being integrated. Like once you have the information, what do you go next? What do you position? What do you do for you now to be helped even deeper and even have now the human touch in terms of you transitioning? Okay.
Okay. So, Julius, thank you so much. We have a question. So there's a question from Gerald. I'll be able to answer that. He asked, how is Navismart AI different from ChatGPT? I'll be able to do that. But I want to ask you, Julius, if you could explain. So there's Zedok, who is saying that he has a diploma in civil engineering and he wants to come and study in the US. Will they accept me to do a degree in civil engineering? So that's a question. You may want to address it and see how you can be able to help them. For me, I think one thing is that we just need to understand what is his credential in terms of what did he get in high school, what degree. Okay, it's a diploma from where, does he have work experience, so many other things. But you can go ahead and maybe explain to him.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, Zadok. And I think you may be example of many people here in the call. So definitely when you have a diploma, you have an opportunity to go ahead and get an opportunity to study, to do a bachelor here. You will be accepted. What you only need is to apply the right university or the right college, because some of the university may take time for you to help you out. So in this case, when you have a diploma, you will need your, just on the documentation part, you need your diploma, of course, and also your high school transcript will be needed as well, together with you having to prove that you are capable to finance your study in the US. Out of that, once you have that and you have the transcript, you'll be able to put up your application, and definitely you'll be given the documentation, admission, and I-20 for you to go ahead and process your visa. But this is to all that you have an opportunity. You don't have to be scared and feel like most probably because you have the diploma, then that one does not give you an opportunity to study in the US for sure. So there is indeed an opportunity for you. And I will be happy even as well if you are interested to start the process, to connect with you and see what I can help you together with leading you on the use of AI on how you can as well do it easily.
Thank you. So anyone who has a question, please, you can always send it in the chat. You can raise up your hand and you'll be given a chance to answer a question. So if you can see, I want to answer the question that Gerald had asked. So today we will talk about how you can leverage AI to help your journey in coming to study in the USA. Long I know it was a lot of paperwork. Somebody would just send an email, or no, a physical mail that would take days and years, and lack of information. Today with AI, you can be able to access such important information. So somebody mentioned, like Gerald mentioned, how is AI, our platform called Navismart AI, different from ChatGPT? And so I would want to move to the next slide. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the platforms that we have, that we as people who are hosting this webinar we propose is Navismart AI, which is your AI powered immigration assistant. So it's a conversational search engine, but it doesn't end there. It's more than just search engine. And so ChatGPT is not our direct competitor in this market because it's not meant for immigration industry. It's for general purpose. But you also get this question, people asking us, how is our platform different from ChatGPT? So, ladies and gentlemen, moving to a new country can be very complex. Whether you're moving for education as a professional or as entrepreneur or whatever reason, for vacation, visiting a friend, joining the family members, it can be very overwhelming. Navigating the immigration processes, which are most of the time complex and very stressful. Accessing information makes it even harder when you're trying to either get information, look at the required documents, how to go about filling out those documents, how to make sure that there are no errors in those documents, how to make sure that these documents are reviewed and are compliant with the immigration rules, how this document will be sent and how you can be able to track them, how you can be able to get updates on how far your application has gone. And if you need more than that, you need to be connected with service providers. How do you get that? For example, yes, and we've done this for a number of students even before. We send application, we don't know how long it takes for the application to come back. Sometimes, we have to do a reminder, and then you realize that somebody forgot to work on your document. You don't know you're waiting. I'm compared to imagine if you're in Kenya and you're doing this, you can wait forever. Now, like I mentioned, ChatGPT is not in our direct, we don't consider them as our direct competitor. So these are our direct competitor. But I want to make sure that I explain how our platform is different from ChatGPT. And before then, I want to come here. If you're using ChatGPT, somewhere down here, they say ChatGPT can make mistake. So I want to give an example. People don't realize when it comes to migration, this is a very sensitive industry that you don't want to act on a very inaccurate, incorrect information. It can cost your life. So in our platform, we made sure that whatever information you're going to give out there must, and no choice about that, come from a verified source. Now, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, they provide general information that they found on the website. Whether it was posted by someone on the social media, Facebook, or wherever, they can be able to provide that information to you. So it's good for general information. But when it comes to when you're looking for accurate, most up-to-date, right now what's happening in the world, especially in US, every day somebody's signing some executive orders, which affect you as an immigrant, or non-immigrant, but who is living in US or going to other places. So you'd want a platform that will be able to give the most updated information. So I give example. Last week I asked ChatGPT to provide me with some information, which it did, and of course I knew it was incorrect. So he told me there are 50 million people. The value of immigration services is 50 billion. I knew it was not correct, and so I asked ChatGPT, please provide me, cite for me the source of the information, and this is what ChatGPT said. I apologize for confusion caused by my earlier estimate of the global immigration tech market being worth 50 billion. Upon reviewing available data, the global immigration services market was valued at approximately 14 billion. Please take a pause. The difference between 50 billion to 14 billion. So if you are to act on the earlier statement that was given, then it's going to be a messy, an event that you regret. And that's what we are trying to avoid. I call it, or it's called in AI world, hallucination. When you get wrong information. And this is what I'm saying. So ChatGPT is a wonderful tool for general information. But when it comes to you looking for the most accurate information, then you cannot go wrong when you're using our platform. Now, I want to tell you the difference between DeepSeek, ChatGPT, and Navismart AI. So when it comes to domain expertise, we are specialized in immigration matters. So that means we work with you. We have you in mind as we continue, working on this platform. Now, so when it comes to citation, the good thing with our platform is that forever, whatever information you're looking for, it is verified. It comes from a verified resource. So you can click on the link and be able to be sure that this is where it came from. With ChatGPT, unless higher version, which you are paying for, then it can be very difficult. Now, there's also personalization. So for example, I'm looking for Zedok, for example, not Zedok, Zedok, who is done in civil engineering and he wants to come and study in US. That could be different from Sang, who is in Tanzania, who wants to probably go study in Finland. So that is what makes the difference. So there are specific information that he would be able to have that Zedok will not be able to have, for example. No, that's another example. So this is provided in different languages. And of course, we want, our platform, we try to update it so that it gives you the most updated. For example, something that I just changed yesterday, you should be able to have it. We have you in mind. We want to streamline the migration process for you as a student who is looking for opportunity to come and study in the US and go to study, all other places. So it starts from when you have the information. You have the information, then you can act on the right information. Now, after that, we working on the enhanced features of this our platform that can be able to help you or fill the document, the forms that you need. For example, if you are to fill in, when you're coming to US, the form is DS160, DS160, DS260, depending on the type of your reason for coming here. And so that means that you have to have that form filled. Now, our platform would be able to ask you to scan the document, integrate what it needs from all that document, and be able to provide or fill that form for you. It doesn't stop there. It makes sure that the documents, the forms are filled correctly. There are minimized errors in those documents. They have been reviewed and they're compliant. We are making sure that you can be able to track the application and getting real-time updates. Now, we want to match you with the correct. So, for example, if you need a lawyer, for example, based on your interaction with the platform, our platform be able to match you with the best lawyer, for example, if that's what you're looking for, that can be able to provide you with these resources. Now, I want to tell you, how this product works. So you type in, if you sign up, then you can be able to put in your credential, email and password if you've not signed up. So you sign up and then you get a one-time password which is sent to your email address. You use that and then you can be able to sign in. When you sign in, this is what you see. So we're looking at supporting people who are students, entrepreneurs, professionals, and many other person who is going to travel out of the country. And this is not just people getting out of the country. It's people even coming to the country. So last year, I want to give an example. I was traveling to Kenya with a friend of mine who is American, and we didn't know that he needed to have a visa before he traveled to Kenya. So we were at the airport, and then he could not travel with me because he need to do this 3 days before traveling. So I had to leave him at the airport. He came 3 days after I arrived in Kenya. I mean, that information was somewhere in the internet. But how were we supposed to know? In my mind, I knew that, if there would be paperwork, then that would be done at the point of entry, like, when you get to Kenya. So we're looking at not just people coming out of Kenya, but even people coming to Kenya. So we are providing, streamlining the immigration process. You as a student, you as an entrepreneur, you as a professional, or another person, whether you're going for vacation in Beijing, wherever place you're going to. Our platform allows you to use up to 5 questions um, without signing up. So you can try it out. We want to looking for feedback. Give us your feedback. It's a wonderful platform that provides you with all the necessary support you need in terms of looking for information. You don't need to pay for it. This part of platform is free. Now, we may, if you want additional services, those are things that we may consider paying for them. But what we're providing right now is free for everyone to be able to use. So you can type in already. There are some leading questions. You can be able to just click on it, I've shared with you the link how to platform can work. You type in navismartai.com, you can be able to have this. You click on that, you can be able to generate your answers, or you prompt in, you type in whatever you want, as much as possible. It's a conversational search engine. You can be able to ask a question after the other follow-up question until you're able to get what you're looking for. So that is what you have. So I'm giving an example of what I did. So I give for example, I ask, can you give me steps to citizenship in French? So it provides how you can be, assuming I don't understand English. I'm not very much conversant with English, so I'm looking for this information provided in French. So I asked, and this is what he provided. Remember, if you're looking at that, at each of every response, there's a citation where the information has come from. So that's what makes our platform different. Kevin, are you in the call? Kevin? Okay. So Julius, I think I've explained. So Gerald, I think I've explained to you how our platform is different from ChatGPT, unless you have any other question. Gerald, are you here? If you are, please unmute.
Yeah, he's appreciating that he got the answer,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is nice. And thank you so much, Mark. And I think you have taken us through the Navismart AI, and I would like to just add on that indeed the world is changing, and definitely we are trying as much as we can to see where can we bring the change and what can we do to improve the process, because each and every day things are coming up and also the needs is there. So you may not today maybe in a position like you need to transition maybe a visa from being a student to maybe working environment. But in your level where you are, let's say you are focusing on just getting a school here, the Navismart AI, as I can say, as what Mark has put forward, when you use it in terms of you searching the information, you see, let me just expand a little bit. You see, when it comes to the AI world, there is a lot of other large language models that are being trained over years. Let's say he used just an example of ChatGPT. It's a bigger, and it sometimes kind of, when you ask questions each and every time you ask a question, is like you're training the model as well. You're making it think the way you're asking those questions. But now when you customize a specific thinking of the AI, then it will focus more to make sure it gives you the quality results or the quality information that you need. It's just, for example, let's say I can use an example when you are using some platform like say PowerPoint platform to create the PowerPoint presentation, or you use the Word document to create presentation. You find that because the PowerPoint was created, designed for you to have the templates for you to present, it's easy. So same applied here. Like the platform, the Navismart AI, it's mirroring the need for us to resolve the issue of immigration. And the issues are different. And when it comes to immigration, we are not professional, but it is a bigger thing that each and every day when you sit down, it may not be, let's say, for instance, come to the US. I can use an example, let's say Tanzania. You find there's some people who are moving to Tanzania and they don't know how to navigate the system. The platform like this one, when they have it, they ask, hey, I've moved to Tanzania. I would like to know what are the next steps, maybe to get a driving license within the country. And then it's part of it, the thinking will be you have moved and you are migrating. So it gives you an opportunity to give you the information that exactly as you need it, with now the reference at the top of it. And in the future, and this is what also as well we are looking forward. And for those who are like in that stage of like trying to apply for the school or getting an opportunity or thinking ahead of something, we want to integrate the human customer care service. Like when you are asking these questions, you got the answer. Yes, you have the information. What next? So you have got the information about the school. What next? So we will have a link at how you are going to get connected to customer care and us. And we now take you from there in terms of now guiding you to the next stage of your need and resolving of the issue that you have. And I have just one question for Mark, and most probably maybe if you can just expand a little bit on what do you think when it comes to our the Navismart AI? Do you think in the near future is the Navismart AI is going to expand in other avenues, even like those who are interested in entrepreneurships or opportunities? Can it be also part of the platform that help them out, or this is something that we are ending up on just on the immigration side?
Yeah, we focus on migration. So we want to be perfect. We want to do, be a leader in immigration. So if it's into entrepreneurship that is attached to immigration, well and good. Remember, I just talked about the last part that we're trying to connect them with the sources and service providers and all that. So when it gets to a point, for example, we're looking for job opportunities or you're looking for entrepreneurship or such thing, then we can be able to connect because there are people who, like, for example, you're a nurse, you want to come and work in US. You are a teacher because teachers also come to work in US, for example. Then you can be able to connect to with the people who are in charge of that, who can be able to walk you the journey. But we're not going to do physically doing like, taking you through that. We can guide you and then connect with the right person, our platform. So this is, remember we're talking about AI-powered platform. So it's an AI that will be able to match you with the right person and be able to suggest the right person for you based on your profile and your interaction with the platform. Somebody asked a question which I think I did answer. Uh, Rotich, he asked how is Navismart, how is it different from, which is something that I just explained. But he said, are we focused on education or studying? So it's not like just studying. If you look at what I mentioned, I think probably you joined late, is that we talked about supporting students, we're talking about entrepreneurs, we talk about professionals as well as any other person. So it's not just students. We focused on supporting our students as well as business people. Like if you look at what I said we're moving to a new country, whether you're coming to work, whether you're coming to study, or you're coming for business or any other reason, medical, visiting, vacation, and all that. So you can use our platform. So I explained that. So somebody asking, this is David. David is asking, I'm trying to sign up to the AI, but I have not received. So OTP, OPT, wow. Yeah, there are two things. I always forget this thing. One time password. If you don't get it in your inbox, please check on the spam folder. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes it goes to the spam folder. Please, David, it should be there. Check in the spam folder. You should be able to have it, please. Okay, try check whether it's in your. Oh, somebody already answered. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, already that has been
Someone is
answered. So
trying to
that's
resolve
good.
the issue.
Yeah, it should be there. I saw someone. Dr. Ichi, are you here? Dr. Ichi? Okay, okay. So please, the floor is open. If you have any question, you can go ahead, write in the chat, raise up your hand. You can be more than happy to answer all the questions that you have today. Back to you. But let me see Kevin. Kevin? Thought I saw Kevin here. Okay, yeah, I don't see.
Okay.
Kevin Ngeno. Kevin, okay. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead, Julius, if you want to add something.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. So, additionally, I would say for the issue, for those who are signing up, sometimes you may have a challenge and you may receive even two time, like you receive one time password two times simultaneously. So you can just try again, and you will be able to resolve the issue, because we had some kind of the same information from some of the people who are also trying to sign up. But I will add one thing, that in all the things that you are doing, of course, this is something that you see it in a bigger picture in terms of you as a person, that you prepare yourself to take up. It's like when you're getting ready for you to take off on some of the thing. So the Navismart AI is, the focus more is on the immigration. And this gives an opportunity to even you in the call. If you have a feeling or a question or a need for us to incorporate in terms of making the good way on how we can improve in even to the future on how to solve or to resolve the issue with immigration, definitely you are welcome to share your views and information on the email that will be posted on the chat box by Mark. And in that way, we'll be able to see and view like what is needed for us to in the future make a bigger change. So I will just open up for a specific question or anything that you're thinking of, like you need to understand or to know about the AI and opportunity, or you can even go out of the topic. There is no need to restrict yourself. If you have any thinking and you need an expansion or you want to put it forward, I will welcome you to raise up your hand or just type it up over the chat, and we will be able to respond to you. Is there anybody who have a question and need to?
So I think maybe we want to do it this way. We ask, for example, Esther Chumba. Esther, please unmute if you can.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good.
We want to hear from you. Are you planning to study abroad? Do you have someone who is studying abroad? Maybe a reason why you joined today.
Yeah, I would like to study abroad.
Do you have a
Probably,
specific country in mind where you want to study?
yeah, Germany.
Okay. Have you found any information about Germany, like living in Germany, which school, which university, which program?
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. So one of the ways you can start without even consulting someone, just use our platform, navismartai.com, type it in there, and then you can ask as many questions as possible, so that you get most of our answers, your questions answered, so that when you come probably to us or to any person, then you already have some background information on what you were studying, which kind of universities you're looking for, and the program that you're planning to undertake when you get there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Do you have any question for us?
No.
Okay. Let's see. So let's see the people who have not talked. Julius, maybe you can take a question or two from any of the people who are in the call.
So I saw Jared was concerned about the one-time password being identified as spam. So sometimes it may be as a result of the setup of most of you people on their phone. So it's quite something depending on your how the mobile phone, how you have set up, and how you have restricted some of the emails that you're receiving to your email. So can be possible, and we are suggesting it on. This is a rare case because the That's why I say that if you're missing the one-time password, normally you can wait like within 1 minute and try it again. You will be sent the one-time password will be sent to you again, and you'll be able to log in. So it's not a common thing, but it can happen depending on the setup that you're having on your mobile phones. So it's not a big problem on that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but again, we're taking note. We sometimes, because, and especially if you're using Gmail, sometimes it's just flagged. It's not on our side. It's, probably it's on the provider of the email that you're using, Gmail, for example. Sometimes they flag it, especially when you're sending, I don't know, when you're receiving from specific email addresses. But we're working hard to make sure that we minimize that. There's a message also there that comes with when you're signing up. It tells you, please check in your inbox or the spam folder if you don't find it in the inbox. We trying to make sure that people get that information. Yeah, so we are about to wind up.
Yeah.
Let me see, Louis. Louis,
Yes,
can
I
you
can
hear?
hear. Yeah.
Yes, please. Yeah, welcome. Thank you for staying here. I think you're one of the people who joined first. If you don't
Virtually.
mind, please, tell us where you're calling from and why you joined today, and if there's something that you gained, and if you have any question.
Yes. Thank you for. I've been listening in, and I think this is very useful information. I've just sent a question on the chat box. Maybe you can respond to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are
I'm
there any
calling from
challenges when
Nairobi.
using? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm calling. Yeah, you asked me a question. Where I'm calling from? I'm calling from Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay. So, like I said, Navismart is not for Kenyans coming to US. It's for everyone moving to another country, even Canadian coming to Kenya. I just talked to Esther, telling her that she can use Navismart to go to find information about Germany. So it's anyone going to another country. So yes, you can use it when you're going to Germany. I mean, you're going to Canada, and Canadian can also use it when they're coming to Kenya. Now, you're asking if there are any challenges. Now, the challenges we're facing, for example, the one-time password. That is a challenge. I think it's not the first time you're seeing this. We've talked about it. Kevin, and I needed Kevin to talk about it. Kevin. Kevin?
Hello,
Yes, hey, how are you doing?
I'm good.
This issue of or one-time password, can you say something about it?
Okay, currently we've noticed that for some people the emails are going to the spam box. But we are working on it. We're going to change the domain name from unsent email, and once we do those modifications, the deliverability of the email addresses is going to be way much better. And so you're not going to be having any more challenges with the OTP going to spam, except maybe in rare cases, but mostly once you work on it, that issue is not going to be there again.
So yes, so I think that
Also,
was David earlier. We said we're working on it to make sure that we don't experience it. So yeah, we please bear with us. So that's one challenge that we're facing. I think when Louis asked that question, Louis, I think your questions have been addressed.
Yeah, so there
Yeah.
was another question.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
Alicia was asking a question on the.
Yeah, Elisha, yes, yeah, I saw that. So
Yes,
maybe
go ahead.
if we want to finish with, if Louis has any other extra question that you want to ask,
Okay,
Yes, I have one more question.
please.
please go ahead.
Is there a cost to, when you subscribe? If there is, what is the amount maybe in dollars? Maybe you can clarify that to become a full member.
So, like I said, what we're having right now, it's free to everyone. You don't have to pay for it. If, for example, you need help with filling in the form, then will be communicated. That will depend on a lot. Like, for example, do you need just a form? do you need extra, like for example, somebody doing the application for you? So that will depend. But what we are doing right now is providing you with the information. You can access it, make a decision based on what you're looking, which is free. So we are not talking about cost here. It's free unless you want those other services that will come with depending on what kind of services you're looking for. Okay, Julius, go ahead and maybe ask Gerald.
Thank you. And just to add on what Luis is asking about the cost. So sometimes, of course, with Prime service, of course, it will come in the future as we continue improving the process on how we can really get in touch to the individual in terms of tailoring your service that you need. That now really is when now you'll think of what is the cost that you can have as a person. Still, we can guide you on the process, and it's not something that to scare you out to feel like, okay, so is this another platform that you need to subscribe for it to get the service. So additionally to Elisha, he was asking about is Navismart will help you to get scholarship. So I will say you will get with the Navismart, you'll be able to get information that leads you to scholarship and how you can as well get those scholarship. Because look at it in this way. So when you prompt the AI and ask that I would like to apply, I mean, what is necessary for me to get a scholarship in a US-based university? It will give you the breakdown. Out of that, you will also as well search about the universities that offer scholarships for international students. So then you filter out in terms of the need. So as a platform, it will give you the necessary information. It will inform you. And then now when you go deeper into now the need the service of you being helped to make the application and also to get the work done. If you want to do it by yourself, then you have the platform that helps you to get the information. But if you need the necessary help from us and our information desk, we'll be able now to guide you there. They might come with a fee in terms of you being helped in guidance on that. But you, with the Navismart, definitely will navigate and know what's needed for you to get the scholarship and where to get the scholarship as well.
And maybe Julius, being discussing from our experience, every institution, they offer some kind of scholarship. I remember even for the University of Park University, they ask you to write a message requesting for scholarship. So the scholarships are already always, all the universities, all the colleges, they have kind of scholarship. It may not be enough, but it can be, go a long way. Now, that is one. There are also grants outside, that are, probably supporting people who are called marginalized. There are many kind of grants and scholarships that could be out there. So, just knowing which kind of universities will give you the best scholarship, it's good. But again, you also have to do some part. There are many things that you have to write that letter. How you want to write it depend on a lot. So you also need to be guided on what do you need to put in. I remember Julius, last year trying to help people. What do you need to put in that message so that you can be able to increase your chances of getting that scholarship. So those are things that we're talking about in this case. So yes, scholarships are there. You just need to know how do you get them, and that's what I'm saying. You don't even need to ask us. You don't even need to talk to someone. You can talk with our platform, get as much information. You won't need to come to us or come to any person that can support you when it comes to when now our platform cannot give you more information. So I think we've answered your question. Unless Julius, you want to add something?
Yeah, that's correct. I think you've answered it very correctly, and I don't think if I need to add anything. Is there any question that you have, Luis? I saw you were trying to unmute as well. So
yeah, so there's somebody by the name Stephen Maingi. He's never spoken something since we joined. He's been here. Stephen Maingi. Please
Yes.
unmute. Oh, okay.
I'm here,
With
Mark.
that, Ajira Digital. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Do you want to say something?
I'm cool. Huh? I think I'm keenly following.
Okay.
Yeah. So in case
Please
of
tell us your name, because your name says Ajira Digital. Immobilis or something?
okay, let me rename. Huh?
Yeah, as you rename, you can also talk. Tell us who you are.
Okay. So I'm Stephen Maingi. I'm a Kenyan. I'm looking forward to further my studies in the States. I'm currently finalizing my master's in information technology, and I look forward to proceed maybe with my PhD. So I was trying to get some a nutshell of what I am supposed to do so that I can achieve what I want to achieve. So thank you very much, guys, for well guided information.
Yeah.
But I really do feel that, okay, on my side, I might be good in the use of, when it comes to prompt engineering.
Yeah.
In terms of using the model which you have introduced, but maybe to my peers on board, I do feel that maybe you can organize another session in terms of prompt engineering, so that they can all lies with the use of this model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well noted. So those are the feedback we are asking, and please, if you have more feedback, you can share with us. The email address is already been sent in the chat. It's hello@navismatai.com. Please share with us your email. But I think that's well noted, so we won't do that. Hezron Brown, it's a very good friend of mine. Hezron, please unmute.
Yes, how are you?
Yes, and say something.
Good evening, everyone. I am Hezron Brown from Nairobi, Kenya. So if I was to add something in relation to some of the issues that have been raised, especially on the scholarship issue, I think the good thing with this platform, because I've interacted with it, is it will give you more specific information that is not out there. If you go to ChatGPT and ask it about scholarships, it's going to give you the scholarships that are already known and very competitive scholarships. And the easiest way to get to a scholarship is get to the scholarships that are now very competitive. So it depends on how original you're going to input your prompt. Ask the specific question that you want. For example, if I'm looking for a scholarship in UK in a certain university, key in the exact information. I'm looking for a scholarship at City University of London, and it will give you the direct information. And the good thing with it, it's going to give you references to that site. And from that site, you can either apply or get an email to consult on how your scholarship will go. And I think it's a really good site. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you, Uma.
Thank you. So we have Brian, Christine. Please say something as we end this meeting. Grace said something. She already said something. Julius Kevin, Rotich, hello. Rotich. Okay. Wangeshi already prayed for us. So yeah, Julius.
Yeah.
So maybe we end in the next 2 or so minutes, unless somebody has any question you may want to summarize. Yeah, somebody has a question. I think this is Gerald. Gerald, go ahead.
Maybe we finish up.
Gerald, yeah,
yes,
Gerald had a question.
This goes to you, Mark, and Julius. Okay, I didn't get to know what you are currently doing at the beginning. So I would like to know what the two of you are currently doing as of now.
Currently, we are hosting this program. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm just kidding. Julius, maybe you want to start.
Okay, cool. So actually, based on your question, maybe I didn't get it clear, but definitely I would just answer as the what you're doing. So definitely what you're doing, even like if you are talking about what you're doing, is this what we're trying to share the information and what really needed in terms of you trying to leverage yourself in the world of artificial intelligence in terms of grabbing opportunity in the world of migration, because people are moving. Each and every day you find yourself, you're interested to move somewhere. So what do you need, and what is necessary for you to do? That's why we're explaining to you about, like, yes, you will move because of specific reasons, study, job, maybe.
I think Julius, I think is asking what we're doing professionally. I think that was currently what we're doing. I think that's what he's asking. I'm not sure. Gerald, is that what
Yeah,
you're asking?
yes, what you are currently doing. I remember you introduced yourself when you were beginning, but I didn't quite get you clear.
Okay. Okay. That's okay then. So personally, I work with Park University as a graduate assistant with an international student department, and that is doing the recruitment and the process of admission for international students at Park University. At the same time, also, we are building this platform in seeing us making a bigger impact in the global trend of immigration. Other than that, also, I'm a family man. So that's it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Pastor, what I'm doing. So let me take you back. So I left Kenya over 5 years ago as a family man, with my family. So the journey wasn't easy. I remember I had no access to, what need to be done to be in America. So I had a small office in my house. So I would close myself in that room for 2 weeks, trying to watch YouTube, try to do all the things that I was able to do. It took me 2 weeks. But I'm looking at if I had Navismart, it would take me a day or two to be able to finish with, get all the information that I needed. And so I came here. The journey was still tough because I didn't know how to integrate into the system. There were many paperwork to be filled. I remember sending my document, which took a month. It was returned to me. They never told me what the problem was. And so I had to ask someone who told me, this is what I did. You can try this. It was just trial and error. So I sent that document back. Finally, it was accepted. They didn't even tell me what their mistake was. So with all these experiences that I went through, which is similar to anyone who comes to this country, there are many challenges in terms of immigration paperwork, trying to know what to be done, try to connect, try to integrate to the system, culture shock, all these things. And that's why we decided, how about solving this problem? So we want to make it easier for people who are coming us. So we said, if what we faced was such a serious challenge, can we be able to help people who are coming after us not to find it as hard as we did? And so the journey starts from when you're looking for information, and then you can be able to make a decision based on that. So that is what. Professionally, I hold a PhD in information systems. I used to be a lecturer. I don't teach anymore. I do teach actually. So, but I don't teach like in a classroom setup. So we do teach analytics, data analytics. That's what I do. And so I have a school, a training school here called 7 where we are training people how to be able to get into the job market, start a new career altogether in data analytics and data science. So that's what we do. That's what I do. And I talk about tech. I love tech. I love tech. So I do a lot of stuff that deals with tech. Conferences talk about tech. Yeah, and also, like I said, a family man, just like Julius. So I think that answers your question, Gerald.
Yes, thank you very much. And
Okay.
I appreciate the two of you for such an insightful session. Okay,
Yeah.
for me, let me ask you a question now that I have heard that you have done a PhD on information systems.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did a bachelor's degree in Maseno University. I did the information technology.
Yeah.
What would you advise me to go for when it comes to masters, and considering that I want to come there to do it there?
Okay. So one, I think we look at your background. Like, okay, you studied IT is that what you're doing? When did you graduate? Because I've seen people who did, for example, marketing, but they end up being in banking and they're doing accounting, so they prefer going on with accounting. That is one. Depend on whether you qualify, depend on the way the program is, do you qualify? Because also, like Julius had mentioned, people looking for those top university, you may not be able to qualify. Also depend with the trend. So I'll tell you right now, anything with data analytics is a good course, because it's a course that can be applied across the board. You know, whether you're in marketing analyst, whether you're in financial analyst, whether you are in, inventory analyst. So it could be, it's a career of its own. It could be applied across the board. So that's what I would say. And those are sessions I think we're going to talk about, maybe Julius, in the next session, career path, right? We just discuss how people can know the course they're going to do. Yeah, so I would advise that. So it depends on a lot of things. Like, for example, what's your passion? What are you doing currently? What did you get? Because if you got maybe second class lower in Kenya, it can also be difficult to get, a particular course, which you may be, the one you want, but you may not be able to qualify. Also depend with admission. So I got into IT by accident. So when I was young, I wanted to become an engineer. I don't know. I grew up in the village, somewhere in the village in, those Homa Bay County. So I had a name by somebody by the name Engineer Okundi, but then he was the MD of Kenya Port Authority in Mombasa. So I'd never met him. I didn't know anything, but I just liked being an engineer. So when I went to high school, I chose those physics and those subjects which I wasn't doing as much, okay with them as I did with biology and any other. But I ended up, because I wanted to become an engineer. So by that time, there was no much of technology. It's many years ago. And so I just wanted to go to school. So somebody told me there's a course called computer science. For me, it was more of a package. People were doing computer packages after high school. And so I was like, okay, so I'm going to do a program that is done within months. So I got into IT not knowing anything. I didn't know how to operate email. I didn't know how to type in all that, but I got here. And so there are many things that can also inform you proceeding forward. On like what is important right now, what is trending, what are the trends in technology, where do you want to be? So when at the time I was doing my master's, my PhD, it was cloud computing was a thing. So my research work was on cloud computing. But if I was to do that today, it would be just something different. Probably I would do in more data analytics. I would do more of AI prompting engineering and all that. That's what I would do. So there are many other things that can inform your decision going forward. But if you want more information, we can have a chat. We can have a session. Of course, we're going to have a session to discuss more of that.
Well, thank you, Mark. And I don't know, Christine, were you trying to unmute and ask a question before we finalize today's talk?
Yeah, there are people who have just joined. Please, if you have a question, we are more than happy. We can extend maybe by 10 minutes to even 5, 10 to be able to answer all the questions if you have. I see Martin has already joined. I think there's BB.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Is there a question? Dan, were you trying to ask a question?
Yeah, Dan, go ahead. Sorry. Dan, yeah, you're on mute. Just a minute. Probably you want to unmute. Unmute first, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I thank you guys for your effort to make your life easier, to simplify the ways people are getting hard to access some information. My first question is, this platform that you are talking about, is it legal and is permanent there to stay, or it will disappear in some days? Because always I know that many platforms are coming out, but after sometimes they are all call them I don't know, I've forgotten the name. Yeah, scams and whatever, and then they disappear completely, and people are putting their trust and their information, and then all of a sudden they don't get what they want. Another question that I was thinking is that if somebody now, like, let me now have finished my secondary level of education and or our advanced level, now I want to go to university somewhere in the world. Take an example in the US. So instead of going to ask somebody what requirement, what and what to be done, I just go to Navismart. I get the information, completing everything there. All of a sudden, maybe the specific university that I have applied, they rule out that all those things are fake. What will I do? Okay, thank you guys. If you can clarify that one. Otherwise, the thing is very, very good and interesting. And if it will work very well, it will be much easier. Thank you.
Thank you. Julius, so
Yeah.
you're going to address the one that talks about fake documents, applying. But I want to address the first one that said, are we going to be here for just some time and then, we use their document, I mean, their
In fact,
data.
Mark, when you are answering that, I wanted to consider the question by Lewis. He was asking,
Okay.
do Navismart in the next 2 years, are you planning to introduce new product in platform, and what do we expect? So answer both together with the one with Dan.
Okay. Yeah, so let me tell you something, Daniel, I would want to address this as, as candid as possible. So in my entrepreneurship journey, in 2016, that was my first time to, think of starting a business. I ran an office in Biashara Street, Nairobi, until for 8 years, even 2 years after I came here. This is the first one we are building. And the reason we are building this, if you listen to me earlier, I talked about a problem that we faced. So the problem that we face doesn't end today. We still need to do paperwork. I give you an example of when I was going back to Kenya last year. Still same challenge. We have relatives, family members who are joining us. Still, challenges. So this doesn't end. We are solving a real problem. And the problem you're solving doesn't end today, tomorrow, or even 2 months. It's a problem that will be there as long as people are moving. Remember, I'm talking about 281 million people live in countries in which they were not born. This number is expected to grow each day, despite what's happening in the world today. People are looking for more opportunities because of technology. People can be able to access jobs. Kenyan government talks about fanya kazi, I don't know, finya kombe or something like that. You can be able to work outside. They're pushing people to go to Germany. So this is a real problem that we are solving, and we don't expect to end in the next 1 year, 2 years. I would wish that even 100 years to come, somebody will sit in this chair in Julius and US and where you are and talk about this thing and how much impact it has caused on the lives of so many people. So we are here to stay. We're not going anywhere. We want to help people solve this problem today, tomorrow, and forever. So yes, that's who we are. And yes, to answer your question in the chat is that, of course, I just mentioned that whatever we have right now, it's free, but we are trying to enhance. Remember, I talked about just accessing information, a personalized experience. Then we moved on to talk about autofill, filling documentation, supporting you in filling out those forms. Integrating the information into documents, submitting documents, preparing them, submitting them, make sure that they don't have errors and they're compliant. And I went ahead to talk about tracking them, giving you updates, alerts to know where the process has reached, and even now connecting you with those services, including jobs, including social services, including immigration lawyers and all that. So it's going to be a whole lot of things that we are going to do. We are talking about end-to-end support or streamlining of the immigration process. So yes, expect 2 months from now, many features will be added to the platform.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mark. And just to also try to wind up, just Ezra, do you have? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I had a contribution on the issue that was raised by Baba Dan, I guess. So he was asking whether the information given, you can later come and find out that the information was not legitimate. So just to talk about that, Navismart does not create information. It helps you find verified information, and it also gives you the sources of those information. For example, if I was inquiring about the documents required to study in the University of Harvard, Navismart will give me information from the University of Harvard website. It won't create its own information, and it will also create a link to get to where the information is on the Harvard website. I don't know if it's clear to him that way.
Yeah. Thank you, Hezron. And I think you've really deeply explained. And so so just to add on that and to just cement on what Mark and Hezra saying. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, let's continue. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's really we're trying to do is to give you a platform to get the information. And then from there now, when you go now deeper into applying for a university, they will have now you submitting your application. At one point, you'll be required to produce the supporting document, which is part of the process of any administrative process. So when you're submitting the document, the Navismart will give you that you need, let's say, the high school transcript. You have the high school transcript, the physical copy, or stamped from the university or from the school that you went to. That is a document that you're going to submit to the university. So at the end of the day, at no point you will be like manipulated by the platform to submit a different copy to the university or to an institution that you're trying to resolve an issue. So definitely, I don't see us leading to you submitting a wrong documentation to the university. So additionally to what Mark has said in terms of in the future, so we are not operating on the vacuum. So with the growing need of resolving the issue, of course, we will need to partner up with the partners who are interested in resolving the issue. Take, for instance, the lawyer. You may get, for your case, you may have an interest to get a school. There's another person who is interested to get an immigration lawyer. So with the platform, now you get the information, we will have to partner with the immigration lawyers, to partner with the institution itself. Like, hey, we have this student who need this help, you see? So all those partnership will come to the future in expansion of the service and to make sure that the customer service is there. And for you who have already subscribed or who you are using the platform, you're getting what you needed, even to a better experience that you're expecting as well.
Yeah, I think we are getting to the end.
Yeah.
Please, unless it's so burning, I just want to ask people who just joined, who have not said anything, please just say hi. So there's Christine. Christine, can you unmute?
Yes,
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine.
I don't think you've spoken since you joined.
I said hi when I joined, but I really appreciated for the information.
Okay. Do you have any question now?
No, I'm satisfied.
Okay, but if you have any question, you have any feedback, please, use the email address that is hello@navismartai.com. You can be able to share your feedback with us.
Okay.
Please try out. I want to ask you, Christian, have you tried using Navismart AI?
Yes.
Okay, please experience using it and share with your friends, people we're looking for feedback, because if you remember what I just mentioned earlier, how our platform is different from ChatGPT or other platform, is that we have you as part of the journey. So we want to include or incorporate your feedback into building the next features of Navismart. So we're looking for feedback, people sharing, sign up, use it, try it, and share with us your feedback so that can help us build what will be more effective to the users. Okay, so Didan just joined. Didan.
Yes, hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Do you have anything you want to ask?
Not really, I'm good.
Okay. And then we have Esther, I think, spoke, Louis, Red Macrina. Martin. Hey, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm Martin.
Okay, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Kenya.
Yes.
Kenya, Nairobi. Sorry, I joined late. Just learned this from a friend. My first question is where can I find the recorded webinar so that I can follow it, because I've heard about you today. So where can I get the recorded webinar? That is the first question. Then the second question is more of a personal. Don't know whether I can ask on the platform, but if you can allow me, I can proceed on that.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
So I started my journey of doing data science and analytics. I started it last year in December. I applied for school. That is, I applied to schools. That is one of the Grand Valley State University.
Yes,
they
in Arizona.
No, in Michigan. Yeah. Grand Valley, GVSU.
Yes.
Grand Valley State University. So I applied there. Then early next year I was given admission there, but I didn't even. I came to see that admission later on. But now there is not the issue of the funds. So it's something which happened in my life. It was quite better. I was in last year, the same last year, it's around December. I was involved in a fatal accident, and I've been in the hospital for the last 2 months. Came to the hospital in early February, and now there are the funds that I earned, which have actually almost utilized them in that medication because it was a fatal accident. Then now here I'm supposed to now submit my evidence of the finances so that I can get my these forms that the GS, how do you call it? The is it there's a form that the I-20, yes, I'm supposed to submit the source of finances so that I can get my I-20, so that now I can be able to go and do the visa documentation and by God's luck that I get the approval. So the reason I've asked that question is because of from the screen that you're sharing, I've seen submit to these scholarships and grants. And I apologize that I didn't join the meeting when it started, so I didn't know what you discussed about there. So are there scholarships and grants that someone can get if you already have a school, if you're not in a position to prove your financial that you're in your financial capabilities, or which other ways can someone to use to prove financial capabilities other than the money that I earn? Thank you.
Okay, good. I think what we're going to do, you're going to watch the recording we're going to share. So in a short while, the next coming minute, I'll be able to share. It will be available on the YouTube and also our LinkedIn page. So please, before you leave, make sure that you take that. But you can type in Navismart in the LinkedIn. You are going to share that the link to the YouTube where we're going to post this video. Well, of course, we address that. And most important thing, use our email address, which is hello@navismartai.com for any other communication. Julius, I will be more than happy, I think, to help you see how you can be able to navigate those challenges. I know, understand when it comes to finances, sometimes it becomes very hectic. And of course, Julius can be able to guide us on or guide you on that. So yeah, okay. So I think I'll share that. So let's see who has that, Martin, and then we have BB. BB, can you be able to say something?
I think she said on the chat that
She did.
can.
Okay, please, maybe if you want to address as I share the what's called the YouTube and the LinkedIn page.
Okay, so I think I think we are trying to wind up, and when it comes to scholarship, I would love to interact with you so that we can see, because we are trying to bettering, see how we can help students and those people who are interested to get a scholarship or the university that offer either partial scholarship or full funded. That is an exploration that you are trying to do, but generally, I would like you just email us so that we can see what we can help you in terms of getting the opportunity. But on, as we shared earlier, and what you're going to watch, of course, the platform is going to help you more even and make more research on the same. To just wind up from me, I feel like, of course, just to encourage all of you in the call that definitely Mark's story is always inspiring me, and I feel like indeed we are putting up something that is going to help even us ourselves, at the same time also you as an individual. And I can say that all of us, let's us assume that indeed, not even assume, it is true that make your dream being valid. So keep on dreaming of you. If you want to move from one country to another, have that as your bigger dream. Make sure you have that as a good call of yourself. Each and every step, better yourself. Ensure that know that at some point you may find that we are not in the same position. We are blessed in the different position. Today I'm here, maybe today, tomorrow you are, for your case, you're still there. But at some point, once you position yourself, once you keep on grinding to better yourself, definitely you will find yourself on a different level. So thank you so very much. And we will have another platform or another session that we will share even more on the specific issue. Just one thing, we focus on it and make sure that you get more juice out of it, and we'll be able to even share. And we will even have to love to see if you can send us an email and ask us that, hey, we need you to even talk about this topic. We'll be more than happy to handle it and make more research about it for our betterness. Other than that, I really thank you. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for showing up. Mark, possibly maybe you may have a closing up session as well.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for being here, for joining. I remember when I finished high school so many years ago, I was looking for scholarship to study abroad. I remember walking to I think it's Jogo House. There was this scholarship which were being awarded to people go to Algeria and all that. There was no internet, there was no way. So I would walk to those offices, trying to make connections, see how I can be able to. I applied to a number of them. Some I almost got them, some were not given to me. Even the one that I could not, I almost got them. They were not awarded again to me because they were being given to friends and all that. And so because of technology, because of AI, because of this kind of meeting that we're having, you can have a Zoom meeting that never existed. You can have first-hand experience, first-hand information from people who have really made it to this end. We can have these sessions. So make use of this. Please make use of the NaviSmart AI platform. Share this the same, and let's keep in touch. We are available on those platforms. I've shared LinkedIn page. I've shared a YouTube channel where we post our information. And look out for this recording. It will be posted there. Otherwise, thank you so much. Be blessed. Have a good evening, good afternoon, and good morning wherever you are. Bye for now.